Succeeding as a musician is not about the talent that you have. There's a lot of great artists that have failed to make any kind of impact on the industry. Meanwhile, subpar artists become global sensations. Think about Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. It's not always the best singer. It's the singer with the most uniqueness, the most individuality, and the most personality. That is something that Amy Winehouse had in buckets. The uniqueness of her voice, the character that she possessed, that kind of grainy, timeless voice will always be remembered. It's something that we celebrated and then we watched as the person attached to that voice fell apart. This today, it's not a biography on a person, it's not a biography on Amy Winehouse. It's an autopsy of fame and addiction and tabloid culture that turned a life into a spectacle. This is the dark side of Amy Winehouse's story. Amy Jade Winehouse grew up in Southgate, London. Her family wasn't glamorous by no means, but she did grow up surrounded by music. Jazz records spun consistently in the Winehouse house. Her dad was a big lover of people like Frank Sinatra. Her grandmother had been a singer herself. By her teens, Amy Winehouse wasn't just listening anymore, she was writing, she was performing. You know those kids who sound way older than they actually are? Like they've lived 100 lives already? The ones that old people always love. The ones that every grandma tells everybody about constantly. Oh, my granddaughter, she's got such a lovely, soulful voice. That kind of voice that takes elderly people back to the youth. That's the kind of voice that Amy Winehouse had. Jazzy, smooth, rich, silky, velvety. All those other kind of descriptive words for, well, Amy Winehouse's voice. At 16 she got her first record deal, and by 19 she dropped her debut album, Frank. Critics, they loved it. Fans, they started paying attention. But even then, Amy wasn't about chasing charts. She was brutally honest, sometimes too honest for her own good. She was never about the money and the fame about it. She just seemingly wanted to write music. This is not good for record labels. Record labels like industry plants, they like someone marketable, someone who has a great voice, who they can shape and twist to do whatever they want. That wasn't Amy. She had the voice, but she was her own person. Not caring about charts means she was always going to release what she wanted. This will prove to be troublesome later on in her career, so keep that in mind. But for now, just know that she's 19 years old, she's released her first album, and it's starting to pick up attention, but not massively. It's kind of known in and around London, but nowhere else. Then came Back to Black, the album that would define Amy Winehouse. When Rehab dropped in 2006, it was everywhere. The horns, the Motown swing, the cheeky defiance. This was Amy putting all of her pain into 3 minutes of pop. Brilliant. She took personal experience and put it into art. She bared it all out there for the world to see, and it started to pick up attention. It wasn't just successful, it was a cultural earthquake. We're talking 5 Grammy wins, number ones around the world. She was hailed as the voice of a generation. But here's the thing about Amy. Every song she wrote was personal. Back to Black wasn't just music, it was a diary set to soulful chords. The heartbreak, the addiction, the chaos of her relationship with Blake, she wasn't hiding any of it. And that's partly why people loved her. You see, Amy Winehouse possessed something that even artists today find it very difficult, a concept that artists today find it very difficult to grasp, and that's authenticity. There's one thing you can say about Amy, whether you like her music or not. Amy Winehouse was one of the most authentic artists of the last 10 decades. She was true to herself, and she put all that into her music. Success came fast, and so did the spotlight. Amy wasn't built for it. She hated being followed, she hated being told who she was supposed to be, and yet every stumble she made was plastered across the front page. Like we said, Amy did not care for the fame, the money, and the love of an audience. She just wanted to create art. So when all this came rushing in after the success of Back to Black, it was very difficult for Amy to handle. Instead of protecting her, the media turned her pain into entertainment. Every shaky performance went viral. Every photo of her looking frail sold papers. Behind the voice, Amy was struggling. Addiction, eating disorders, depression. But to the outside world, she was just another headline. The media loved to put her pain into papers. Her pain sold papers. So they stirred that pot however they could and however much they could. By 2008, the cracks were impossible to ignore. Amy Winehouse was cancelling gigs. She was slurring on stage, sometimes not even making it through her set. Now when she did perform well, she performed really well. It was a stark reminder that she is a genius, but she was a genius trapped in a body that was apparently falling apart. Friends of Amy Winehouse begged her to get help. Sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. And the world was at home. We just watched to see the story unfold. In July 2011, Amy Winehouse was found dead at just 27 years old. The cause was alcohol poisoning, another name in the infamous 27 Club. Her death wasn't shocking by no means. A lot of people saw this coming, but that didn't mean it was any less heartbreaking. The industry, the press, the fans, we all watched the spiral in real time. We all knew it was going to happen. We all knew she needed help. It was just a matter of when. That is the dark side of Amy Winehouse's story. Our girl who just wanted to sing and make art. She was never ready for the attention of the audience. There was no care involved. All she wanted to do was make art. All she wanted to do was make music. But the story of Amy Winehouse, it doesn't stop there. It's not all tragedy and doom and gloom. Her music lives everywhere. You can hear fingerprints of Amy Winehouse in every Adele song, in every Sam Smith song, in every young artist who dares to mix raw vulnerability with old school soul. Look at what Ray's doing. If that's not inspired by Amy Winehouse, I do not know what is. Back to Black still feels timeless. Rehab still feels like a cultural anthem. Just look at her songs on YouTube. They're still raking in views, thousands and thousands and thousands per day. Look at how many times her songs have been streamed on Spotify. She's still making an impact. And every time we talk about the story of Amy Winehouse, it opens the question to what could we have done to protect her? What can we change about tabloid culture and the culture of label and artist management to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again? There's so many artists out there who are just not ready, who have great voices and great character and individuality, a uniqueness about them, but they're not ready and they won't survive because of everything that comes with being an artist, everything else beyond the music, the press, the endless business meetings, the endless changes that people want you to make. It's crazy out there. That, my friends, is a deep dive on the sad career of Amy Winehouse. Let me know what you think about Amy Winehouse in the comments, and if you want more deep dives like this, nostalgic pop culture commentary, then don't forget to give this channel a follow. I'd really appreciate that.